for the next set of questions, in the other video, we're talking about the spaceships and the quarantine zone that's protecting the Earth. So, with that being said, is the ships protecting the Earth from the energy waves to make sure it's not too strong for the Earth? Or is the ships that are protecting Earth is protecting us from something else?
It is like a filter to soften the vibrations, the frequencies that are coming in. You do not need protected from anything per se. We do know we used the term fireball last time, and we do want to retract that. Sorry. It is not a fireball like an asteroid coming towards the planet. It is more like these waves of energy. This one's saying, call it the aurora borealis.
Yeah.
That would be a much more accurate depiction of what an energy or vibration might look like. Is this beautiful wave of energy that is coming into the planet. And it is a welcomed wave of energy. It is something that is here to serve the people. It is coming in as a very strong wave, and not everybody is ready. Not everybody is activated or awake. And for those that have not, that still have that closet full of coats, they need to start doing their work so that there is space for this new energy to come in, or they may start experiencing it as being very heavy and hard to deal with, because the energy is designed to purge the old out, any fear-based energy out, any lack, worry, and any jealousy, greed, whatever it might be, anything that you would need to look at to resolve your own energy field will be thrown in your face, as this one is saying. It's thrown in your face, and it is not a pleasant experience if you are not already doing the work. So that is why we help shield that just enough to make it tolerable. And many of you have had a lot of these experiences over the last year where it seems like you just get done with one drama and one trauma, and another one shows up at the door. And it was like, man, I didn't even get to breathe, and now there's another one. And we say to you, it's because it is time to speed this up. We are speeding this up because it is time to move this planet into its evolution. It will not wait. The planet itself is moving into its new and glorious place in its evolution. And we would like for as many of you to be on board with this as possible. So we are allowing for it to speed up. We are allowing for more and more intense version of it to come through. We started off in the weaker forms, and then as time goes on, we are increasing that frequency. And so that is why it has felt like one thing after another after another. But as you move through it, as you breathe and you sit with this thing that is in your face and you acknowledge it, it moves. And then you'll find that it was easier than you thought once you were willing to sit with it and acknowledge it. And so we encourage everyone, when it is there for you, please sit with it and acknowledge it. And then it can move, and it can be filled in with a most wonderful, glorious energy. And you will be happy that that has happened.
Nice. For the ships that are out there, what kind of ships are out there that are protecting us or helping out with the filtering of the energy? What are the ships, like where they're from, like what galaxy or what planets?
We're looking for the right one to answer this question for you.
Thank you.
Okay. You are now speaking with the Pleiadian Council, And we are one of the groups that is overlooking the planet at this time. We are working with many different councils. And to answer that question would be, how long do we have? So we say to you that there are many, many different vessels out there surrounding the planet at this time. When you look up in the sky and you can see movement and different things up there, yes, you are seeing some of that is satellites. That's what this one is saying. Some of that is satellites. But you are seeing different movement from the ships that are patrolling the area. Most of us stay way back where you wouldn't even be able to recognize us. And then there are times where we come in quite close and we are cloaking. And what we mean by cloaking, that funny cloud you see, that feeling that you have, that odd blue sky, was it that color yesterday? That's what this one is saying. You will be experiencing, what do we want to say? Your ability to feel the vibration of us being closer to you is heightened when we come in that close to the planet to bring in protection or shielding. There is a lot of shifting on the planet right now. So we want to explain why we come in closer at times versus being far out. And so as we come in closer, it is usually to help create balance with a shift that is happening within the planet in its core, and with the plates that move within the Earth as the polar shift is happening. We are doing our best to make this as gentle of a process as we can with the planet to help those who are on it to survive the experience. This is not to worry you. You have already survived the experience, is what we are saying. And so you can sense when we come in close. And there is usually a reason for that, and it is usually to create some balance or to help with a shift or movement within the planet. If you are one of those who can sense that, just know that everything is okay. The fact that you can feel us so close is a good thing. It means that we are watching out over you. There are others who patrol, as we would say, just to keep the correct energies around the planet as we can. Some of you are aware already that there are beings on this planet that have not been working in your highest interest, and we have been working at clearing those particular energies out to help raise this new vibration into your existence. A lot of what you see going on around you that seems as if it is in chaos is part of us clearing out this old energy that is no longer going to be acceptable or allowed.
What kind of chaos for the clearing out?
The collapsing of old ways, the collapsing of, some might say, as the collapsing of the governments as they knew it, or the way that your different parts of your world are collaborating. Things need to be shifted, and we're seeing if we have a better way of explaining this. It is like getting the wolf out of the sheep's field. Those who are working against the greater good are the ones that we are removing from the reality. And this does take time.
You mentioned the negative beings that are here. Are those physical beings that are negative, or those are energy beings that are negative?
there are definitely some physical beings within your planet that are working from an energy or a place of control and entrapment, and that are working off of the fear. And those are the ones that we speak of. They are also being influenced by off-planet beings that some could be in. Most off-planet beings that are in this arena with these people would be in a physical body. There are some that communicate much like we are through the telepathical channels. This is not an energy we like to play in, so we will not stay here long.
Okay.
But we are working with clearing those out and taking those who have been involved in the detriment of your planet and moving them out of, like we said, this reality.
Okay. These are people, humans on Earth, or is these other beings besides humans?
Both.
Both? Okay.
Yes.
Well, we won't stay with those kind of questions. We'll move on.
Yes, let's bring this vibration back up.
Okay. Here's an interesting question, and you mentioned this already, part of it. You mentioned the clouds in the sky and everything. So are there clouds in the skies that are ships cloaked as clouds?
Yes.
Okay.
And some of them not cloaked very well, wouldn't you say?
I've heard.
Yes, we have given notice that we will be making our appearances more and more noticeable over the years. And that is what we have started to do. And as people are awakening, they are noticing certain clouds, certain formations, lots of changes in the sky. As we said before, even the blue sky you see is sometimes a ship that is cloaked as a blue sky.
Wow.
There are those who can also be invisible and be among you overhead with their ships. And that is why we say pay attention to how you feel. You can feel the energy and vibration of that ship as it is over your head. And yet you look up and you see the blue sky, or you see the clouds, or you see the stars. And so we just ask you to move into trusting your feeling. It is part of the awakening process, so embrace it.
Okay. Where are the ships from? Because that's usually a question that's usually asked, is where are the ships from? Is it? I know there's many types of collectives working together, but what's some of the examples of where the ships are from?
Okay, so some of the examples would be like our Pleiadian ships. Some would be the Arcturians, the Lyrians, the Orion Councils of Light. There are many different councils that are very interested in this planet at this time, and very interested in helping this planet in its evolution, because this has never happened for this planet before. And there is a lot of investment from these other planets. As we have talked about in other sessions much like this, there are a lot of volunteers in the planet at this time. Those volunteers have come from these other dimensions, these other realities, these other energies that are watching over your planet at this time. So they have loved ones, dear ones that they care about, that have incarnated into these vehicles and are working as humans in this experience to be the way showers and the light workers. And there are thousands and thousands among you who are doing this, which is bringing in the collective of the councils around the planet to say, maybe cheer you on, and to move this planet into its next phase. It is a very glorious time to rid the planet of the darker times and move it into a place of enlightenment.
Very nice. The beings on the ship, like the Pleiadians, the Arcturians, and so on, are they, what do they look like? Are they more humanoid? Do they look like humans, or do they look like other races, other beings?
Mm-hmm. Yes, they do. You will have some that are very humanoid. The Pleiadians are very human, and are a version of the human. You have the Arcturians, who would be a being of more. We are worried about saying the Greys because that is what people are familiar with. They are not. The Greys are also thought of as a scary energy that might be seen among people. They do not want to see the Greys, but this is not what we're saying. The Arcturians are this beautiful energy of light, and they would have the appearance much like the Greys, with the egg-shaped head, the almond eyes, the colored skin. They are tall and dressed. This one's saying dressed very nicely. We have the crystallite beings that are also with the Arcturian group that this one will see, and they are very beautiful energy beings that do have a physical shape, but they put off this aura of almost like a crystalline energy that shines off of them.
Interesting.
And they are also with the pear-shaped or egg-shaped head and the almond eyes. And all these beings, not all of them, I'm sorry, but these beings within this group all have a smaller mouth because they do not necessarily need to eat food like a human would eat food. There are beings that look like, as you experienced last time, a mantis, like a praying mantis, and they have the same shaped head as a praying mantis. They are very strong, they are very intuitive, they are very wise, and they are bringing technology into your world. They are one of the ones that are helping to bring in the technology and the medical assistance and helping to rid this planet of disease and of lack. And then we have the Imperial Councils, which are much like a feline race, and they have the human-shaped physical body, but they have more of a cat-like face and appearance. And they bring love, lots of love, and they are compassionate, and they giggle at this planet at many times, as we have seen the experience of the hierarchy of the human beings, and how there are the lower levels and the higher levels and everything in between. And this is not something that the Lyrans are familiar with, as everyone is seen as equal. And they come in and they want to bring in the love, they want to bring in the compassion, and they want to bring in the equality with this planet. And so they are here with their purpose as well. And there are many other things that they help with, but these are the things that are coming in as we speak. And as we move around this, there are so many councils. There are the giants, there are the Anunnaki, there are the beings that live within your planet, within the core, the inner earth beings that are also working at raising the vibration from where they exist within the planet. We are seeing if anyone else would like to step forward and share why they are here. The Syrians are also another one that would have the human shape, but have a different face, a more smooth and rounded head, and no hair. Like you have hair, there is no hair. They communicate very strongly telepathically, and also a very intelligent race that is here to help raise the vibration for anyone who is willing and ready to allow them to come in and communicate through the telepathy. They are ready to work with you. These are a few examples of what are out there.
Interesting. That's a lot of good information. Earlier you mentioned that some of the ships are being revealed little by little. Is there going to be an example like a first contact to almost to the point where we're not alone, UFOs are real? Is that point ever going to come around?
Has it not already come around? Look at how many people have seen UFOs now.
Or a landing, I should say.
It is not our intention to land at this time. It is our intention to wake those up around your planet. We do not need to land to interact and be seen. We can project our experiences upon you. How many people have woke up and said, I saw these little beings standing around my bed? We can do that. We can make that happen. But what we say to you is that if we were to land at this time with the fear base that is in the planet as it is, this would not be a safe thing. This would not be safe for the people, and it would not be safe for the councils that are here to help. This will be something that will happen in the future as it becomes more apparent that we are here to help and assist, and that we are not here for a version of your movie Independence Day.
Good point. Good point. So somewhere down 4 in the future.
Yes, it will happen. And there will be many who travel into space from your world that will see and experience us from that experience where they are going to travel the galaxies and be able to explore the different planets. Much as we travel the space, your world will be doing that as well.
So humans will be traveling with other space beings like the Pleiadians, the Sirians, and
some do it now.
Some do it now.
But it will be more public. It will be more known to. It will be normal. It will be normal, just like getting on an airplane and flying across the country is normal. This would be normal in the future. And we are not sure at what point that will officially be brought into the reality. But it is not terribly far off. It is just not in your immediate reality.
I understand. That's one of the questions that people are interested in.
Yes, there are many that are excited to see the stars close up and to see what is going on outside of the veil of what appears to be going on.
Absolutely. So you mentioned that humans are traveling right now into space with other galactic beings. Is that part of the secret space program that we hear about?
Yes, that would be part of what we are expressing to you, but also there are people that are just your everyday people that are traveling into space. And when they come back into their bodies, or when their bodies come back into their homes, however it is that they chose to travel, oftentimes their memory of this will be wiped away so that they are not in a place of fear about the travels that they have done. So we are saying that a lot of the off-planet beings that have the volunteers that are here working, they often will come collect them, give them information, download it into their subconscious mind, and bring them back into their 3D Earth reality. Whether they take that as an energy body or they actually take the physical body, it is hard to say. Sometimes it is both. But it is happening, and there are people who are traveling. And when it is a safe time for them to remember, their memories of it will come back.
I understand. I guess the Pleiadians, what are the Pleiadians like? Where they're from?
The Pleiadians. In this one's mind, we are showing her where we are from. She does not have words for that.
I understand.
There are, how would we say? The references are not here. We are looking for ways to explain this.
You looking for a name of the planet, or?
There was more than one planet, and what we are experiencing is, yes, lack of understanding of where this planet would be, and how that existence and that reality worked. There was more than one planet, and one of the planets does not exist anymore. And collectively, there is a new planet, a new reality that has been established. You were asking more than just where is this planet. What you were asking,
like, what are the Pleiadians like? You know, if they look like similar to humans, you know, what they like to do, what they look like, that kind of stuff.
Yes,
I know it's hard to tell us where a certain planet is. I know it's pretty hard to describe that.
We are, as we discussed, as this one discussed with you before the channeling, it is, we do reference the knowledge that this one has, and sometimes it is hard to find the right words to explain or express what is going on with the question.
I understand.
The Pleiadians are a friendly race. Oneness is part of our collective being. We share much of the same similarities as we explained, or that were explained to you earlier in the New Earth experience. There is still work to be done, and there are jobs to be experienced within our reality. There is still things, technology, crafts, different things that go on that are much the same here in this planet. We are much more advanced in that, as you will get there as well. Yes, we're still trying to find some of the words. There is dimensional differences within this planet and the Pleiadian planets. The realities that are being lived out as the Pleiadians. Some of the humans look at the Pleiadians as the future self, the future version of the humans. And this is somewhat true. The DNA is much the same. It is experienced. There is truth to that, and it is too complicated to go into that at this time. We will see if we can find a way to answer that question better in our next communication with you.
I understand.
But this is a very friendly race, and it is one that is experiencing the oneness, as we said, the collective, and what is good for one must be good for all. And this, again, is a lot of reasons why it is hard to come into the 3D world to have an experience, because if the experience is not good, it does go back to the collective as a collective experience. And so we try to maintain the vibration, the higher vibration for our collective, and is often why most of us will be experiencing the assistance of the Earth planet from the crafts, from the sky, from the galaxies around you. As we observe, we do send energy, we do send assistance, but we minimize our interaction with the actual human race.
Okay. Is there anything you would like to add before going on to the next question, or is there any other suggestions or comments to go along?
Not at this time.
Okay. And I'm assuming with the new waves of energy and the higher vibration, a lot of that will start to happen. A lot of those problems being solved.
Yes. The collective, as we said before, it is growing. The compassion is growing. Hearts are opening again. And people are becoming less shut down, and they are starting to deal with their emotions and looking at their problems, at their challenges, and they are starting to overcome them. And there are so many people right now that are dependent on the system and on the pharmaceutical industry and so on and so on. And as people start awakening and evolving out of that, it will also help to raise that vibration and bring this planet into a place of more compassion. And you will start seeing less and less of the hardships and less of the struggle.
That would be an interesting time. Is this Daniel with the Arcturians that I'm speaking to?
You are speaking to the Imperial Council at this time.
The Imperial Council? I did have a question. The Imperial Council, what is that like? What is, like, who is the Imperial Council?
We are just one of the many that are existing at this time in the galactic, what are the words we're looking for? The galactic councils of light, who have come together in the arena of helping the planet at this time. We are not just here for the Earth planet. We are here for the collective of planets that are also within the galaxy, within the we are starting to fade. This one is starting to fade, so our connection is getting a little harder here. But we are part of the councils of light that are here to help, and it just so happens that we are very connected to this one as the Imperial Council. It is not that one is better or different than the other. It is that this is the arrangement we have made with this one.
Okay, I understand. I don't have any more questions unless there's anything you want to add to the YouTube collective.
What we are doing right now is we are scanning the viewers of this video. This is a large collective of viewers, and we are appreciating you right now, and we thank you for taking the time to listen to the channels that are coming through. We ask you to keep an open mind. Maybe everything that you heard today will not resonate, but that is okay. Take the parts that do. Take the parts that feel right and use those. There is no perfect system with the channels, and there is always an influence of the one we are channeling through. And so we ask you to keep that in mind, and we ask you to look up and to trust your feelings and to interact with those around you. Find your like-minded friends, create your fifth dimensional reality, and start being happy. It is there for you to have now. You do not have to wait. You can start that journey in this very moment. Find what makes you happy, hold the gratitude, and bring that vibration up. It will happen for you.
Thank you for the message.
We will bring this one back now.
Thank you.
love how the eye starts to water when I'm doing that.
I notice a difference.
Yeah. It was interesting. I don't normally channel the Pleiadians, so when you were asking the Pleiadian questions, it was I'm the reason that got blocked, because I was looking for stuff and I needed to get out of my way, and I kept trying. I was like,
it's okay. It was worth a shot. You know, I didn't know what to ask. So I just, you know.
Yeah, I was seeing. They were showing me the planet, but it was what they were trying to explain to me. I think what they were trying to show me, and then I would get in my own head and go, I don't know if that information's correct. So then I would, because I am connected to this channel when it's coming through. Mm-hmm. I'm hearing it just like you guys are. So that, but the difference is you might be having a thought and it doesn't affect it. I'm having a thought or an argument or I don't understand, and it's affecting the channel. So mm-hmm. It's like, sorry. I think what they were showing me is the Pleiadians, and I could be wrong, are a split off of the Earth. So I don't know if that's what I was seeing, and I don't know if somebody that does know more about Pleiadians can chime in on that. But like they are a version of the Earth that's already split off, and so they are an advanced, a more advanced human race or hybrid version of the human race. And so, yeah, so I was getting in the way of that, and I apologize, but
no, it's okay. It was good. Yeah. I can see a difference too, like your posture, like the look. You can see a difference.
Oh, that's funny.
like your hand was like kind of like this, so it's like you can kind of see a difference.
Oh, I always notice I'm moving my hands a lot. I don't know how much of that got caught in there, but I was sitting there doing these things with my hands, and I don't know what that's about either.
Even like the tone of the voice and everything, you know, that changed a little bit. So
yeah, the Imperial was the stronger one. The Arcturian was the one you're connected. Bounce in and out. And I know when the Arcturian does that, because the Arcturian's the jokester. That's the one that will try to throw something funny in there. But,
and that's Daniel?
And that's Daniel. And then the Imperial is usually a feminine energy, and she can be a little bit more serious. And so those were the two main ones. And then the Pleiadian, I felt, was a male energy, but it was, the connection with that one just wasn't as strong as I would have. I felt like maybe I was resisting that one, and I don't know why. So I don't know.
If I had to take a guess, I would say male energy. If I had to take a guess, because like the posture, the stance, and the sound.
Which one was the one that was answering the questions about the, was it the Pleiadian that was talking about the energies, the not good energies of the planet? Because that might have been why because I didn't like the way that felt when we were looking at that.
Yes.
That's why they wanted to get out of it, because it was making me uncomfortable to look at it.
Yes. And I did not know it was connected like that, but because they brought up that there's some beings that are of negative interests. And that's when I was like, is that human?
Yeah, the funny thing is they kept trying to stay away from the word negative, and I think that was my word for it. And because they don't want to put fear in anybody. There's mm-hmm. I mean, the energies that are here have been here for hundreds, if not thousands of years, and they've been the ones in control. So it's not like any of us don't already know who they are, kind of a thing. It's like we're already in that experience. They're just trying to lift that experience off of us, the suppression off of us. And but when they were looking at that energy, I could feel it, and that's why they were like, we can't look at this much longer, because they knew that I was not liking it.
Right. And plus, I mean, I guess in a way they would be connected to it in a way too, because
they didn't want to be connected to it any more than I was. Yeah, because it was bringing the vibration down, and it was kind of bringing me back into the hot seat, and so that had to shift. But I
That's
mean,
interesting.
the good news is that, you know, that's what they're purging out of here. And it does feel like there are foot soldiers from these groups that are actually on our planet, like the good guys that are actually physically in a physical body here on the planet right now, working at purging it from the ground level.
Wow.
So that part was kind of, I don't know if that was just a knowing that popped in or where that part comes from, but it was kind of a feeling that they do have a group that's here that's working at that. So anyway, yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, it was some good information, some good stuff came out. So absolutely.
Yeah, I think my group likes to stay with the fluffy stuff because that's what I do. But yeah, when you start asking about the energy and raising vibration, they love talking about that. And then, yeah, maybe if I can look at it, then that'll give me the information.
You're like, oh, that's what they're talking about.
Right. You know, sometimes I need to have the reference in my head. And that's one of the things that I've been asked to do by the Arcturian is to do more research or be more, like they want me to learn as many councils as possible for questions like what you were asking. How many councils are out there? I don't know what all their names are. I see them. There's thousands of them.
Wow.
But I don't know what they're all called. And so they're asking me that my best reference for anyone listening is to go watch Star Wars. Look at all the different species that they put on those movies and
yeah,
you know, it's like that. There's just an infinite amount of different beings out there, and some of them aren't pretty, but they don't think we're pretty. They think we look funny with our big ears and our funny noses and
right.
You know, and so but yeah, you know, some of these shows about space are probably pretty accurate, and so there's a lot of different ones out there. And one of the times that I went into a meditation, I went into this viewing pod, and I'm standing in this pod with the Arcturian that channels, and then there was two of the crystalline Arcturians there, and I was looking around, and there was thousands of these pods, and they were all circling around a platform, and then there was something going on the platform, like a meeting or a council meeting of some sort. Mm-hmm. And we were all viewing it from these pods. So, you know, so I know that there's a lot of things out there, and that experience was like, I mean, literally I had 5 minutes I was just going to go into doing like a meditation prayer thing, close my eyes, bam, I'm in this pod, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then my alarm goes off and I have to go because I had to get to an appointment, and I was like, dang it, I wanted to see what else they were going to show me. No. But, so, you know, there's different experiences, and all of us can have these experiences. It's just a matter of bringing ourselves into these, you know, clearing our energy and moving that energy field into a clearer space so that we can have access to these other dimensions that are out there, these other vibrations, frequencies, whatever you want to call them. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And, yeah.
So is that Imperial Council, is that a physical?
I'm going to show, can I show you, I'm going to share a screen here in a second.
Yeah.
I found a being, or I found a piece of artwork on somebody had posted.
You know, I think you showed it to me. They're tall.
Yeah.
Slender.
Okay, I'm going to pull up this picture and share my screen. This is what they look like to me.
Oh, no, I didn't see this picture.
Yeah.
And that's the Imperial Council?
That's the one that comes through like an Imperial Council, yeah. And mine is a feminine energy. I really think she's showing herself to me when I found that. It was, when I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, that's her. Wow. So it was a big experience for me when I found that picture. I was just like, that's my Imperial person. And wow. So, yeah, can you imagine having such a graceful, beautiful being speaking to you and through you? It's like, yeah, come on. Very loving, very compassionate. She has a little bit more of a serious tone to her than the Arcturian. The Arcturian to me is like the town jester, you know, the jokester, but very smart, but very funny, like bounces lots of energy. So
Nice.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you was describing what they look like too, and you was like, we don't want to say the grays. They look like, you know, this other way.
Yeah, let me see if I can pull up a picture that I made. This one. So I made this banner because all of these have come through.
Is that
I
the
put
one?
myself in the middle here.
Yeah, your thumbnail.
Yeah. So that's a Pleiadian.
Okay.
This one up here is a Syrian.
Oh, okay.
So I believe we're saying they had no hair.
Yes. And I can share this video part?
Yeah.
Okay.
This little one over here, that was, again, my Imperial. It has that same kind of look. This one, I'm trying to remember when this one is one of the healing beings, the ones that I call in when I'm doing healing work on people.
Okay.
And it's just this vibration of light. So you were talking about, do they have a physical body and stuff? This one, even though it forms a physical looking body, would probably be more like light.
Right.
I have my dragon in the background. My dragon likes to come through at times.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting to see what that's about.
The dragons. Yeah. And then this one over here, that's one of the crystalline Arcturians. Or at least that's what they look like to me. I don't know who the artist was intending that to be. And then this one with the blue head here, that one is an Arcturian. That one would be more like what my Daniel looks like.
Ah, gotcha.
And the one in white here, that one's one of the Inner Earth. I don't know what they call that. I don't think they're the Anunnaki. I don't remember what they call the Inner Earth ones.
That was one of my questions, but I didn't want to ask that one on this go round.
Yeah, because I'm not as schooled on it as I should be, and then I get in the way of that question, and it's inevitable. So, and then this is a Lyran, one of the feline. It's a masculine one, and I've had a masculine one come through a few different times. They're very loving, which you're. In your questions, they brought through how loving they are as well. This guy here with the long neck and the little head, he's brought me on his ship, or one that looks like this. I've been on his ship. I remember you had another picture that was similar. Yeah, and this is actually one from Star Wars. This picture. Yeah. But yeah, one that looks quite a bit like that came in through one of the Ascension channels, and my experience was that I was sitting in the ship while they were sitting in my chair. So I kind of had an awareness of being in my chair and in a ship at the same time. And that was pretty cool because the ship was intuitive, and it was like an energy. So it could be clear, or it could be solid, or it could be whatever you wanted it to be, basically. So this is a lot of the ones that I've met so far, and I'm becoming aware that there's going to be more, and so they want me to, like I said, school myself a little bit on what else is out there so that I'm prepared to connect with that. Okay. Like they want you to connect to these other races, these other beings? Yeah, there's a lot more of them out there that as we do the Ascension sessions, so in the Ascension session I go into the channel. Usually it's my Imperial that will come in. But oftentimes, if you have a different group that you're working with, they will channel through me if I can connect to them on that level. But if I'm not familiar with that group, then I'm less likely to bring that energy in. So they want me to get familiar with the different groups. Really? Oh, I don't have the mantis on there. I was about to say that, but I lost track. I was going to say, you need to add the mantis. Yeah.
But that was, you brought up another good point with the mantis, that like you said that they're here to help us out even with technology and
Oh yeah.
medical wise and health wise.
Yep. Yeah, because believe it or not, I think our medical or our physical health, if we had the technology and the intelligence of how to shift that vibration, then we shift ourselves right out of illness. We shift ourselves right out of pain. We can heal our physical body. We've experienced it with the QHHT sessions, moving people out of that, out of their own way kind of a thing, and allow for the healing to come in and move that vibration. So I think that's what the mantis is helping us do. And I'm sure there's other groups as well, but that's one that actually the mantis has probably come through probably over the last couple of years. I've only started channeling like this since August, but I've seen them, I've gotten messages from them telepathically and done it that way. But
as the mantis?
Yeah, the mantis has been around me for a while. So that one I am familiar with. But yeah, so I know that there's a lot of them out there, and I'll keep working on growing my knowledge around that so that I can be a better channel for anyone that's listening, and you know, do what I can do.
Because I mean, from even this video right here, I mean, it was like yeah, there's many of us. It was like, yeah, like, I mean, it seemed like it was up there in numbers. Like,
yeah, when you asked that question, it was like I was looking out in space, and there was like this, just thousands of ships out there, and I was just like overwhelmed by the question. I don't know if I can go. Yeah.
See, in my mind, I'm thinking, yeah, there's probably just like 5 or 6, 8 ships out there. But when explaining it, it was like, no, there's a lot more.
Yeah, I kind of felt like we have a large collective of. It's almost like we're, you know, like when you take a trip and you go to the Grand Canyon or something, you know, and everybody wants to see the Grand Canyon. Everybody wants to see what's happening here on the planet, and so not everybody's here as part of that group that's surrounding and protecting us. Some of them were just kind of touring. You know, it's like, hey, swing by Earth, let's see how that's going. I
heard on another video that someone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like they were just passing through. Like,
oh, that's cool.
Pit stop. I was like,
so there's some confirmation. Yeah, but that's kind of the feeling that it was kind of more like, hey, swing by there and see how the Earth is doing. But so not all of those ships that, you know, and they're not all there at the same time. It was just an image that they gave me to give me an idea of
interesting.
What's out there, you know, because I'm sure we're able to bounce from our galaxy to another galaxy and vice versa. And so,
right.
Yeah, which I think is what some of those portals were, that you could jump to a whole different, like I said, I don't have enough information in my mind scientifically to know all of these different time travel, shape-shifting, moving out of this dimension into that dimension, this galaxy to that galaxy, you know. But I know there's a lot of things going on right above us that, you know, I really do think we kind of have this little cloak bubble of, oh, look at the sky. And then I always wonder, am I seeing stars, or is that a ship that's making itself look like stars?
Yeah, you mentioned the blue, like a certain shades of blue.
Yeah. Could
be a ship as well. And I was like, oh, that's interesting because of your pictures as well. So. Yeah.
Yep. That's why I like going out there and taking pictures, because one of these times we're going to catch something we can't deny when we get those pictures. So, yeah, that's one of the fun things about posting those on my Facebook page. Is I
was trying to get to that whole like time frame of like, yeah, it'll be known by the masses of when we're not alone, when it's known mainstream.
Oh yeah, when they'll take us in the ships.
Well, not even that. Before that, like to the point, because in the video it said that they've been revealing themselves slowly. Like here, it was reveal and then like cover themselves back up. And even in the video, it even said that if you notice, we've been showing you more lately. I was like, yeah, there's videos out there that shows like different things is going on in the sky.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, there's definitely the stuff going on in the sky. We've all seen the weird funnily looking clouds, and in one of my QHHT sessions, I had one of those right outside of my office at her session. So when she went into the regression, she channeled in the Syrians and the Pleiadians. That's who we should get to do the Pleiadians.
The Syrian? Oh, that lady?
Yeah, we should get her back. She knows them. So, yeah. Hey, how'd you feel about this? But yeah, so she channeled in the Syrians and the Pleiadians, and I asked, "What is that cloud outside the window? Is that you guys?" And they confirmed that it was them. They said, "Yeah, it's us," or something to that effect. And I said, "Well, is that a ship?" "Yes, that's us. It's a ship." And so there was confirmation with that. And I think you were saying something along the same lines that about the clouds being ships.
Yeah, there's one video where, I mean, this cloud was a ball, like a sphere.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, you just looked at it, it was a ball, just a nice round ball that looked like a cloud. And it's like, oh yeah, that's too perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, when I went to California, I get off the airplane, get in the car, I'm looking up, and there was these huge, it was like that light, fluffy cloud cover, and then there was these huge circles of clear sky in the clouds, just perfect round circles. And I was just like, that ain't normal, is it? I've never seen that before. And that was the same trip where I saw the little Jesus thing up in the sky too, that I took pictures of. And all of this stuff is on my website and on my Facebook page too. So if you guys are like wanting to see this,
where's these pictures at? Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know how long it would take me to figure. That's been a couple months ago. So you know how much I post that could be really buried.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Oh, they didn't make it easy there. Let me see if I can find it real quick. If not, then we'll save it for another time where I have the pictures ready to pull up and we can share that. But if I can find them real quick, I will gladly share.
Also, I forgot to ask about the Akashic records.
That might have been divinely guided. I was already struggling with Pleiadians.
Yeah, I think you would have had that one.
Probably, huh? I'm mentally prepared for that. I kind of was curious too, so we'll do that next time. Yep. Okay, got to be getting closer to these funky monkey clouds. Well, I got the Jesus one. And, oh yeah, there it is. Okay. So, see these circles?
Oh, yeah.
I was like, and there were several of them. They're scattered all over. And I was like, what the heck? And then there's the, Jesus one. I keep seeing this image in the sky. This is from Arkansas.
Yeah, my mom took pictures there.
Yeah, so there's definitely, they're showing us they're around, letting us know.
Interesting. Cool.
Yeah. So there's awesome. That.
Absolutely. Anyways, till next time.
Till next time.